Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday, the 18th of August. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, if you think about it, the 18th of the 8th, pretty lucky numbers those two.
Lucky in a few different cultures, Philip, and it was a lucky day for us because it's a lucky week we had, wasn't it?
Gary,
if you can call hard work luck, Phil.
What a great weekend. But before we talk about the industry clearance and our amazing clearance, I want you to tell me what you notice is different about me today.
Well, you know how observant I am. I've got no idea.
Okay, Gary. Well, you are completely unobservant and completely uninterested in fashion.
Yes,
fair and reasonable. You've got your interests.
I admit that.
You've got your interests, and they're quite fascinating in your own silly way. But if you'd actually felt the fabric of the suit that I'm wearing, go on, have a feel.
No, rather not.
Just go like this.
I don't want to.
Okay. If you'd felt the fabric, it's a lighter weight fabric, Gary, and you may well say, what has that got to do with GPTV?
That I may well.
I'm wearing a lighter weight fabric in celebration of the weekend that we just had, where there was a spring feeling in the air. Did you notice that?
I think you're right.
I've got to tell you, I drove home late Sunday evening and it was lighter.
The sun was coming through.
Brighter. It was warmer. It was the top of 17 on Sunday. And I've got to tell you, I am now saying spring is in the air. Bring it on. I'm feeling fresh. Therefore, I thought I would release a new spring weight, spring season suit.
And we're all so much better off for that, Phil, aren't we?
And do you know the other reason that I'm going to mention that, Gary, on GPTV?
I don't think you care.
Because I had a phone call from one of our best viewers. Special shout out to Mike, who rang me during the week last week to say, what's wrong? I said, what are you talking about, Mark? He said, quite frankly, he's watched GPTV from episode number 1.
Oh, really?
Right up until last week. So he has never missed an episode.
Yeah.
And he said last week's episode was boring.
You know, it was a bit boring, I thought, as well last week.
So
he
said it was flat.
Well, you know what we didn't do last week? We didn't argue. So I think Mike likes an argument. Because it just flowed, we were happy and harmonious, but I reckon Mike watches The Real Housewives of Melbourne as well. I reckon he's that sort of, he likes a bit of biffo and a bit of argument.
Do you know what? We're going to release a new series next year called The Bitches of GPTV.
Oh, fantastic. Exactly right.
Anyway, Mark, we're going to try and zap it up.
Or maybe we can get like bitter vendors or something like that, or angry buyers.
We don't have any bitter vendors.
But we're fine for the other agents.
We don't have any bitter vendors from Gary Peer and Associates, but we do have some rather upset purchasers because we push them hard to pay the best prices. But once they get over it and they fall in love with their purchase, they realise that the team at Gary Peer and Associates pushed them hard, but fulfilled their life's dreams.
Michael, we'll get some angry people involved, because if we're not angry, we'll find some.
Okay, let's move it on. Let's get those towers up, because we had a clearance rate, Gary, of 83% against an industry average of 78%. So we're pretty proud of that again.
And good on the industry. I mean, that's still very strong, a good sign of the market.
Particularly as there is a lot more volume now coming through.
It is coming through.
August is going to be a big month in our office, as is September, October, by the looks of things.
But big volume doesn't seem to be affecting demand. There's still enough demand to meet the volume. It seems at the moment. Let's move into the weekend. Let's move into Let's move into the weekend that was, Phil. There's lots of auctions to review. I think we should start off by Hewitt's Road, Carnegie, Phil, because you did that auction, and in fact, one of the owners was a real estate agent.
He was,
and he gave you the opportunity. He's a fine real estate agent.
By the way, he's a very well-known and
respected,
a very capable real estate agent. We thank him for entrusting us with the
sale of his home in 5 Hewitt's Road, Phil, and it did go well.
And what a lovely couple, great house.
And the price can be disclosed. It sold for 1.4 million, which was the top of expectations, Phil. And we had a really good auction there. We had a number of bidders going for it. And
interestingly, viewers, and we keep saying it on GPTV, sounds like a commercial, I know, but the reason we opened in Carnegie is because it's a growth area, and that house at $1.4 million, I think that is the wave of the new prices that is going to wash over that suburb, crashing into the suburb, and there's going to be this magnificent market tension, because that's a suburb that is on the rise.
You know, you had a lot of passion in the way you said that, but none of it made sense, sadly. After you left that auction,
I was actually halfway through.
This is great.
I was halfway through that, and I'm thinking it sounds good, but it's actually nonsensical.
It wasn't strung together at all, but there was a lot of passion in it, so we'll give you marks for that. Phil, as you went off from that
auction,
Content
0, delivery 100%.
Story
of my life.
Exactly right, Phil. Lots of look, but no substance. Phil,
that's... You know what? Mike
Mike loves
started
that.
something here, you know.
I got him, Mike.
Biffo will start
Mike,
with
it's
those
good.
cheap little shots.
After you just swanned off from that auction, Philip, in your lovely Range Rover, I went to
leased Range Rover.
Your lovely
Thank
leased
you
Range
to the
Rover.
National Australia Bank for a monthly fee.
That I pay half of the lease for.
For allowing me to drive that car.
Phil, I'd like to move on to the next auction that I went to in the area, which is in Edgewood Street, Carnegie. I saw Leor Samuel do a magnificent auction. There was 5 bidders there, a family that owned the home for many years. Congratulations to them. And we thought we might get...
He should have done a good job, Gary, because he's had a break. He had 10 days off with his lovely wife and children, which is quite remarkable because he's our business partner and we've only been open there for 3 months. What is that, taking a holiday after 3 months of a new business?
Well, it's about time he did.
He must have fantastic partners to allow that to happen.
That would be it. Phil.
Special shout out to Leor's fantastic partners.
Indeed. Phil, and to his wife, who puts up with him through all of his hard work. Phil, in Edgewood Street, we thought we'd get around 900. Our reserve was actually, I think, a little less than that. Lo and behold, we've sold it for $1,140,000. Fantastic result, Phil. Very exciting. I had the pleasure of doing an auction in Bentley East in Warrigal Road, Phil. That was a thumper auction. The reserve there was $680,000 and I sold it for $823,000. That was nuts.
Viewers, I want to deconstruct that sale because I've got to tell you, Gary, it wasn't that long ago that if you said, we're chasing a property on Warrigal Road, only a few years ago you would have said, look, we want every house, but Warrigal Road's a very busy road.
Tough address, you would think.
And that was a tough address a few years ago.
Now, bring it on.
Now, that whole area of Bentley East is just so popular. And, you know, as much as we say this all the time and we say it flippantly, we need to step back and say, look, to find something under $1 million today in our core markets, it's very difficult. Hence the Warrigal Roads of this world are in demand.
We had never cared with the address. I mean, we know that some of the main roads are a bit more difficult, but we've never been property snobs. Phil, just Gary, bring it on because we love everything.
There are a lot of agents out there that are property snobs, but not at Gary Pure Associates. We love whatever we can list.
Indeed, we do, Phil.
Nothing is beyond our capabilities, Gary.
That is Saturday.
Whether it's a one-bedroom apartment or a luxury mansion and everything in between, we are hungry for your work.
Is that better this week, Mike? Let's move on to Sunday. Philip started off in Kooyong Road, a very exciting auction. Now, there was an interesting article.
You did that auction, didn't you?
I did, Philip, and it started off because on Saturday there was an article in the paper. You may have read it. I know you're very well read.
I am erudite, Gary. I'm erudite.
I know you're well read.
Stumbled there, didn't you?
Yes.
Not quite sure what erudite. How many?
Isn't that a glue? Isn't that a glue that you put together?
That's erudite, you idiots.
Okay, fair enough. Phil, on Sunday morning, there was an article on Saturday.
Quite funny, Gary.
There was an article on Saturday I was serious. There was an article on Saturday about Sydney buyers coming to Melbourne and just buying whatever, sight unseen, and quite frankly,
that's the arrogance of the Sydney Sun.
And quite frankly, it was a stupid article, really. No
disrespect to the journalists, who we
sure
hope will write positive articles in the future about our company.
He's probably going to be looking at anything we do wrong now.
Gary, that was a Fairfax journalist too, wasn't it?
No, it was a brilliantly written article, but it was just a funny, unusual story. But
okay, so you're recovering here. You're actually now saying beautifully and brilliantly written, just factually.
What's the award called?
Factually silly.
Walkley Award?
The Wakely Award.
Wakely Award, yep.
Will not win a Wakely Award.
Okay, well, could be a runner-up though. Phil,
having said that, we love you as a journalist.
Of course we do.
We think you're great.
Clever. Phil, 10:30 a.m. we've sold Kooyong Road. We thought we would get around $900,000 for that property, and we've sold it for $1,125,000.
Special shout out to the team of Leon Guzenfitter, which is of course Ben Eisner
and Jared
Martin, ably assisted by Krisha.
But the good story here, the punchline, if you could say that, is that a Sydney buyer bought it who hadn't been there.
Oh, is that right?
So there you go.
Just flew in.
So did fly in. So that journalist, you are brilliant.
Okay. Phil, I take back everything we just said.
Exactly right. Philip, Bracken Road was an auction that Simon Radolnik sold. Did a fine job as well.
That was fabulous because
the price undisclosed before you blab.
I've got to tell you, price is undisclosed, but. The pressure was on Simon Radolnik, who was an industry veteran.
Yeah, he's an icon.
That is the first auction that he was conducting under his new business address, being Gary Pure Associates.
And talking about holidays, you know, Simon's a very keen bike rider. He rides in a gang
not
of...
a bike rider, a cyclist.
No, I think he is a cyclist, is he?
Cyclist.
I think he has a motorbike. No, he rides a motorbike.
He does not ride a motorbike.
I think he does.
He's a cyclist,
No,
Gary.
he's a bike rider.
He's a lycra
We'll find out. Anyway, I know he's got a big trip coming up in February. He's
Anyway,
riding in New Zealand. Enjoy it.
Simon Redolnick's an industry icon, but that was the first auction that he was doing under the auspices of Gary Pure and Associates.
Yes.
No pressure, because both Gary and I showed up to give him a critical assessment.
And we filmed him, and no pressure at all.
Absolutely. What I've got to say is that I was absolutely delighted. He has certainly cemented his position amongst the top shelf team of Gary Pure and Associates auctioneers.
He ain't successful for nothing. Phil has been in real estate a long time and still has the passion and does a great job.
Well done, Simon.
Labassa Grove was our final auction of the weekend. Philip, the price undisclosed, but it was a good battle, wasn't it?
It was a good battle, and I must say that that auction went on for quite some time. Price is undisclosed, Gary, but it's fair to say that land in the Golden Mile of Caulfield North has now broken the $3,000 a square metre barrier. Right. And if you think in terms of just a couple of years ago, we were saying, can we get 2,000 a square metre? And that only seems like 4 or 5 years ago. Yes. But we're now 3,000 square metre and beyond.
It was a very exciting
To infinity and beyond, to use a famous expression from Buzz Lightyear, for those of you that remember Toy Story.
Oh, wonderful. Good on you, Phil.
I love that. I like that too. Speaking of movies, Gary, on Saturday night, we went to see the most gorgeous movie.
Trainwreck. I've seen it. It's good fun, isn't it?
I've got to tell you, we went to the Como in the big cinema. The place is packed. And it was so nice to sit there in a whole movie theatre where everybody's laughing and having a great time.
Go and see that.
If you haven't seen Trainwreck, go and see it. It's Amy Schumer, who is just
She's very funny.
A sensational talent. It's a look. If you want a feel-good movie, go and see it. If you're looking for depression, anxiety, and violence, not the show for you.
But we've got some other ones for that. Mind you, this is a show about real estate, Phil. So people are watching probably are rolling their eyes, thinking, why are we talking about them? We could be talking about the block of flats that we sold in Bendigo Avenue.
Yes,
Phil.
well, that's the perfect segue,
Undisclosed.
isn't it?
Oh, I thought so. Tied in perfectly, Phil. Amy Schumer, block of flats in Elwood.
Gary, very proud to announce that that was the 52nd block of apartments sold by our company since we started up. And viewers, just to talk about the significance of that, most suburban real estate agents, if they're lucky in their entire career, might sell a block of flats. But that was our 52nd block of flats, and it went well.
We did have another query recently, Philip, from someone who wrote in asking about the pass-in properties. One pass-in property, for example, was last week in Sebastopol Street.
What a great story.
Well, the price is undisclosed, but it actually was passed in. We talked about GPTV saying this is great value. Ended up selling with multiple bidders substantially over the actual asking price.
We kind of had an auction after the auction.
We did, unusually, but we've sold a lot of stuff we passed in as well. So they do get cleaned up. Carlisle Street, we also said was a buy, and lo and behold, it's been sold. The price was $399, and it's ended up selling for $395, so pretty close to it, Phil. Let's talk about this weekend's auctions, can we?
Gary, we can, because we've got 13, the lucky 13, and 13 is a lucky number.
It is.
Because I was born on the 13th.
I live at number 13, Phil.
And you do live at number 13.
I do. Let's talk a little.
And you're pretty happy in your new home, aren't you?
I am happy. It's not that new anymore, Phil. It's already 5 years old or more thereabouts.
No way.
Yeah, it's
Have you really been there for 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
Time you put that house on the market, Gary, and moved on.
Well, I can get something for it.
Walk the talk, Gary. We're always encouraging our clients to sell on a regular basis because that's good for our business.
And how long have you been in your home for?
I have been
Mr.
there.
Walk the talk? How long?
I've been there for 15 years, and I've got to tell you, Gary, unfortunately, for our business, I don't.
It's genuine, isn't he, Mike?
I don't think I'll be selling for a very long time.
Good.
Okay. I love it there. I love it there, Gary.
Let's kick off in Elwood, Philip.
Thinking about doing a refurbishment.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, better just to sell. Phil, we start off in Elwood. We've got a good auction going to happen there.
5 at 21A Dickens Street.
Yeah, Lamore's confident.
On Saturday at 10:30 a.m. What a lovely property that is, Gary. That is got some beautiful parquetry floors. That's a very large 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bathroom and 1 car space. And I have to say to anybody looking for an owner-occupier apartment, let alone an investor, that's a big, glamorous apartment.
Philip, you'll be leaving that and just going around the corner to Ormond Esplanade. Now, this property, I can tell you, is magnificent because we were there last week. We shot GPTV from there. It's got a beautiful bay view and it's a really sensational apartment that I think is going to be popular. It should be popular.
I've got to tell you, if you're an empty nester or a professional couple or just somebody that loves beautiful apartments, this is as good as it gets. Apartment 6, one of only 2 on the top floor, Gary, so it really is a penthouse. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, undercover parking for 2 cars. Take a look out that balcony window Can you imagine just every day, a cup of coffee at 6 a.m. in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning watching the sun rise, although you can't see the sunrise from there because that faces west.
If you had a mirror up, maybe you could.
Correct, but perhaps a sunset, but that's a beautiful apartment.
Over the horizon, Philip.
And walk to all the fabulous facilities that Elwood does have.
11:30 Saturday, Phil, then you're back to Caulfield North in Alma Road. This is a great property. I love this building.
Another great apartment, Gary. This is brilliantly located, really just walk straight out your front door and into Glenferrie Road. 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a basement car parking for 2 cars. That is as new, that apartment, Gary. There's not a chip or scratch, or there probably is, but I didn't see it.
We have multiple, I don't think there is, Philip, but we have multiple auction action at 12:30 because Leo Samuel is in what I consider to be one of the best streets in terms of how it's evolved, Phil. Westbury Street, which used to be, a sort of a basic street, well positioned, but now it's become glamorous and funky.
Let's talk the facts, right? When you and I both got into real estate, which is a very long time, Westbury Street was seedy. Let's not put a positive spin. It was seedy, Gary.
Basic.
I can tell you, I saw some seedy things. I actually did some seedy things in Westbury Street. The truth is known. If you'd like to know some of those stories,
you don't want
please
to.
give me a private call.
Don't call him, Mike.
But Westbury Street is now
it's a funky,
it's a
buzzing
hot location.
Spot,
and this is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Beautiful parquetry floors, beautifully renovated throughout, and larger than most. So that is a buy.
And there is a market, Phil, just off Alma Road near the corner of Westbury Street in that park now on Saturdays, a food market. Go and enjoy it.
I think that's the 3rd time you've talked about that food market. Have we got a share in that market?
Yeah, proudly sponsored by them, Philip. In Neeram Road, we are expecting a very popular result because there's lots of interest, and so there should be in this fantastic villa residence. Phil, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage, second car space, and that is the hard-to-get property, which is a single-storey villa.
Great look.
They're always hard to get, and great modern design to that, so that's good real estate.
Rafi, Joffe and Nikki Janover bring that to the market in conjunction with each other, Philip. And they do a fine job, don't they?
Do.
We're going to be, that's a wrap for Saturday, Philip. It's not a big day for us, 5 auctions, but you've got 4, so you'll be suitably buggered by Saturday night.
No, actually, I'll just be warming up, Gary.
You will. Well, you'll need to have some energy, Phil, because you've got on Sunday, I think 7 auctions on Sunday.
Funnily enough, we talk about warming up. On Sunday just past, I was meant to do 5 auctions. But 2 of them sold before auction. So my 11:30 sold before auction and my 1:30 sold before auction, which means my first auction was 10:30. Then I didn't do an auction till 12:30.
Long story.
And then I didn't do an auction till 2:30. So I had breaks in between.
Yes.
As a result of the breaks in between, I reckon I was more tired on Sunday night.
Oh, really?
Than I'd been if I'd done 5.
You need
that kind of adrenaline rush taking you through the day.
You'll have no problem because you've got 7 on Sunday, Phil. You're starting off in Saturn Street. You're off the planet in Saturn Street on Sunday morning. Take us through this
number
property.
19 Saturn Street. Love this property.
It's sparkling and
great
stunning.
Great parcel of land with a really good livable home. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars, great sized back garden, a really good home inside, and that I think is a great opportunity to get into the Caulfield South market, which seems to get more expensive by the week.
It does, Phil, and I'll be popping down to Balaclava Road to check you out at 11:30 because I've got an auction just across the road after that, Phil. But take us through this one. 7 at 41 Balaclava Road. I know that Arlene has been working on this one together with Glenn Bricker.
Gary, what a great apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That is in the most stunning position of Balaclava Road because you've got Carlisle Street on your doorstep, polished timber floorboards, a big bright apartment. That's a beauty.
Phil, Balaclava Road, and talking 1 at 52 across the road. I'm going to be auctioning that one at 12:30. I'm looking forward to it. This is a fantastic Tudor-style masonette, Phil.
Gary, we've been very busy in that building over the years. We've probably sold them all once, if not twice.
It's always good to be back there.
And they always go well. So we know this is tried and tested real estate. That's 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, lock-up garage, second car space. That's just meaty real estate.
First time offered for a long time, delightful vendors, and there has been good interest shown. We're expecting some competition there. Phil, Park Street, Elstonwick, as we get through the last 1 or 2 apartments left there.
Gary, we're back at Ira, which is on the corner of Park Street and Glen Ira Road. Great French cafe downstairs.
Yes, very nice.
So imagine that lifestyle you've got there. You come home at night, you get up in the morning, you go for breakfast downstairs, pop into the 7-Eleven or go to the Great Milk Bar a couple of doors down, and that's a beautiful building with basement car parking.
Lovely balcony.
And 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. bathrooms and security basement.
And Phil, we're talking about high 4s, low 5s. That's pretty good value for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Great value, Gary. That's a really good apartment.
We move on to Rosemont Avenue, a street that we've been very active in. Sometimes nothing comes up for years.
My fear about this home, Gary, is because we have had a great run in Rosemont Avenue. Yep. My fear is we might not see another house come on the market there for another 20 years.
And that should be the buyer's fears too, Phil.
Correct. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a carport for 2 cars. This is a seriously cool 60s/70s house. And you can buy this house for pretty much the value of the land, Gary. So
great opportunity.
That is a great opportunity.
Great street. Now this home in Craddock Avenue has caused a stir in the market, Phil, because it is such an incredible looking property.
Gary, check out
lots of people talking about it.
Check out the facade. This is a sensational interior designer's own home, and what an incredible job she's done. She really does have the most beautiful signature. She's a woman of style and substance, and it shows in this incredible house. I love this home. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, and the joy of that property is its incredible entertaining area all orientates around the north-facing garden. It's manageable, it's low maintenance, it's beautiful.
Talking about north-facing gardens, we've got a north-facing garden with a pizza oven in it, believe it or not, Philip, in Sycamore Grove. Now, our sister show, the St Kilda and Bayside Report, was filmed there, so you can go over there and watch it, Phil. It's on our website, on our homepage, isn't it?
Well, pizza ovens have become very popular, Gary, and certainly if you're at home making a pizza.
The vendor made me a pizza.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
She?
They did. He did. Made me a fantastic pizza.
Because you needed a pizza, didn't you?
I needed it for that morning that I got there and I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a pizza? And they must have known what I was thinking.
Did they make your famous margarita,
They did.
Gary?
They did.
The very complex margarita. That'd be tomato and cheese.
It would be, and they did it beautifully.
Sprinkling of olive oil,
press the
cracked ground pepper, some sea salt.
I'm getting hungry now. I might go back to Sycamore Grove. But Phil, notwithstanding the pizza oven, have a look at this beautiful property that Nikki Janover's been involved with. You're auctioning it at 3:30 on
Gary,
Sunday.
it's stunning. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, beautiful car parking available there if there is such thing as beautiful car parking. But that is a stunning house. Have a look at those photos. They are incredible, and it's a beautiful property.
Phil, the sun doesn't go down till probably 5 or 5:30, and I reckon it's going to be going down in Cambridge Street, but there'll also be lots of bidding going down there, I think, because this is a beautiful home. It's been very popular. We have shot GPTV from there, haven't
Gary,
we?
We love that property.
This is a great looking home.
Stunning home. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars, little plunge pool, north-facing courtyard garden. I think that house is going to go well, Gary, because the position is perfect, the style is incredible, and something like that's very hard to find.
The epitome of Cool and Schmick, Phil, which is a
Cool and Schmick,
which is a big real estate word now. You know that everyone's talking.
Schmick. Everybody's talking the talk. Gary, we finished the day.
No, we don't finish the day, Philip. We finish the day by you probably collapsing because that's going to be by the time you finish, it'll be 5:30 on Sunday. You will have done 7 auctions, but you can now talk about the property that we're at, Philip.
Which is what I was about to say. We finished the day at this incredible property,
well,
Gary.
We don't really, unless you want to come here because the auction's not this weekend,
isn't it?
No, but you're welcome to finish the day here. Yes. The vendors will probably think, "What is this guy doing at my home?"
I might finish the day here, Gary, because I may well come over for a swim, given the fact that the weather is
poor,
so beautiful.
I should say.
Gary, this house, number 3 Travascus Street in Caulfield South. This is a 70s iconic home. It is, first of all, it is just from the minute you arrive at the property from the outside, you know you're in for a seriously captivating, cool house. You walk inside, first of all, solid brick construction, so this house is going to last for centuries probably. But it's like straight out of a fashion magazine.
Yeah, it's a very cool house.
Has got the best floor plan. It's got the most stylish rooms. The vendor's signature is just great because their furnishings really do justice to the property.
They've got style, Phil.
If you're looking for a family home that is unique, iconic, stunning, this is it. We love this house, we love this street, that back garden with the palm trees and the beautiful sunlit
beautiful setting, isn't it, Philip?
It really is unbelievable. We can't rave enough about this house, and you can walk from here to Princes Park. You can walk to Cafe Delish, you can walk to Fress in Bamborough Road, you can walk to Mr. Brightside in Boran Road.
Yes.
So this
Another
has
great
become
cafe.
The thumping part of Caulfield South. We love this house.
You're auctioning this one, Philip, on the 6th of September, the day after you return from your trip away.
I'm
going away.
I'm going to San Francisco
you are.
for a conference.
Yes.
And that's going to be amazing.
You know what? That's what was missing from Village People was a real estate agent. You know, they had the cowboy, they had the Indian, they need a real estate agent. I reckon you should go and pick up and join with them.
I look forward to telling the viewers more about why I'm going to San Francisco.
Did you like the Village People? I like the Village People.
I did. What was your favourite Village People song?
Oh, You Can't Stop the Music, I think.
Yep.
You know,
and tell me, when you used to dress up as a village person, which village person did you dress up as?
I was a policeman. Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. I wanted to be a policeman, Phil. And you?
The Indian.
Yeah, I knew that.
I always liked the Indian.
I just wanted to see if you were going to be honest about it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So you're going to go to San Francisco. I've made it ridiculous, but tell us about that.
No, I'll tell everybody about it next week. Also, viewers, we're just
going to leave it at the Village People for now.
We've got a major marketing announcement that will be coming up, maybe this week, if not the week after.
Yes, we haven't
very excited. We've got a team of people at Gary Pure and Associates that have been working on this new marketing initiative, which is a marketing initiative with a social edge to it.
Yes,
Gary.
and very good. And that I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And we've also got some movie news. We are going to be inviting the viewers of GPTV to the movies. We haven't done that for a while.
Gary, we'll have to get back into uniform
character.
Yep. So we've done it before, but we'll do it again. Stay tuned. Big week, Mike.
All happening.
We hope there was more bounce this week.
It was a little bit more bitchy, Mike. I know you like that. So thanks for watching GPTV. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.
Bye.